Howdy again, deuce dropping air raiders. I wanted to talk about dangerous gold mines this time. We're just doing a fun strategy where we're gonna use just C-70 bombs only for this mission. Pretty much any mission that has enemies that are on the ground, where there's no wasps or drones or anything like that, it's pretty safe to use a strategy like this, even though it takes some time. But we're just taking a raid because you can call that right away. And of course C-70 bombs. And if you haven't seen a previous video about doing this strategy, pretty much we're dropping the C-70 bombs while we're in the air. So we're both getting in our helicopters and we're just going to try and drop them on the holes here. The best way to line them up for the holes while you're in the air is, if you look at the little mini map there, you'll see the dots. The dots are the enemies, but the lines that draw down is where the enemies are actually at on the map. So you want to line up at the bottom of the line, not above the circles. So just going to try and line up as best as we can. They don't completely drop straight down, they kind of go out in front of you, so we're just going to do the best we can to try and line up. But and then the secret to this is it's kind of tough to get used to it, but a little bit of practice is not too bad. But you want to quickly tap the circle button to get out of your helicopter. Just want to double tap the circle button, and then in between that double tap you want to hit the trigger to pull them out. So circle, trigger, circle, really fast. And sometimes it's easier just to do it slow, like one at a time, like drop one and then reset, drop another one, reset until you get more comfortable. But just to get, it's better to take longer time than to actually fall out of the helicopter, because if you fall out, usually you're dead, so it's over. But as far as the reloading, as you can see, all I'm doing is just rapidly tapping the circle button to get in and out of the helicopter, and when you're outside of the helicopter, it reloads your weapon for you. So you can either do that as slow or as fast as you want, as you feel comfortable. But at the same time, while I'm getting in and out, I'm holding down the left trigger, L2, so that it keeps the gas going, so that the helicopter doesn't fall on me. But yeah, once you have that reloaded, it seems like it reloads faster if you do it fast. But like I said, it's better to be safe than to fall out. But as you can see, we missed a few of the nests, so we're gonna have to just reline up again. How this mission works is there's right at the start here, there's 4 nests. There's 3 gray ant nests and 1 gold, and then the next phase there'll be 2 gold and 1 gray, and then finally 3 golds and 1 queen nest that spawns a queen gold ant. So this mission can be kind of rough if you're on the ground, especially ranger or even wing diver can run out of energy. But air raider's definitely very strong on this mission. But we just figured it'd be kind of fun just to just mess around and do this. It doesn't matter how much health you have, honestly. Obviously, with this mission, with this strategy, you could have 200 and it's fine, as long as you have the weapons. But we laid down, even though it doesn't take 10 bombs to kill the nest, we're still just doing 10. Just because we have 2 sets, it's not a big deal. But if the thing is, once you kill the 4 nests here, you can go ahead and land on the ground away from the other nests that spawn, because they won't come after you when they first spawn in. So we're just going to go and get another helicopter, kill these ants with our machine gun here, and then just call out another helicopter before we go to the next phase. But usually for this mission, it's good to have an air raider or somebody either sniping from far away while you have a wing diver or fencer up front just kiting them around, because you can always survive up front. Fencer is obviously easiest because you don't have to worry about energy, and he is faster. But as long as the fencer just takes the enemies and circles them around the buildings and stuff to stay alive, someone in the back can be either sniping or calling satellite blasters down, or of course a Tempest, if you or Leviathan, that can work too. But this is the second phase here, so what we're going to do is, before we go to the third phase, which is the final, I'm going to go ahead and land and place some bombs down where the nests are coming out, where I know in the future, so I can kill them right away. We do lay 3 sets of bombs for the big nest, but it doesn't kill it. So we have to go back and put some more out. But none of the enemies can hit you from way up here. So spiders are pretty bad at hitting you in the air, but ants, if you're high enough in the air, it's not too bad. Even the queen doesn't hit us. So since there's only 2 of us, you can always just cluster together, like we can fly together in the same location and drop our bombs, and all the enemies will just circle below us, so we can easier to hit than being spread out. I think we had 1 nest left over, but the thing is, if you don't kill the nest and you kill the queen ant, the queen gold, then another gold will come out. So that's why you want to try and prioritize killing the queen nest. But the nice thing is, if you kill the enemies that come towards you, like say you attack the nest and you pull all the enemies to you, if you just kill the enemies near you, you can always reset, and then the new enemies that spawn out of the holes will not come after you. So that's one way you could do it with ranger. So you could just take it really slowly and just do one at a time and defend, and then do one at a time and defend. Keep doing that over and over again. It's really, really exhilarating, when you're in the helicopter, because you know one mistake and it's over. Just falling down. Actually, surprisingly, we only made 1 mistake, which I didn't show here, but I think this was our 2nd try. But neither me or Robert hasn't done the dropping the C-70s from a helicopter in a while, so I'm kind of concerned we were gonna mess up, but we actually didn't. Or I did once, but he didn't. So I'm just gonna land here, because I know the hole spawns here, and lay down 1 set to kill that. And there's 1 gold. He almost actually kills me with a helicopter. He hits me once, but good thing it didn't fully hit me. But you can always switch between, like, whoever the ant is chasing, the other person can always can go and lay their bombs. But I'm actually going to go to the corner and get another helicopter, so I have a little bit more health to be safe, but it's not really needed. But yeah, the hardest part, I don't know, it seemed like I don't know what it is, because we were both talking about this. It seemed like it's like a mental thing, but when you're trying to switch weapons or trying to drop those bombs, just doing a quick circle trigger circle or circle L1 circle is like, I don't know, it's so simple, but it's just, I don't know, maybe it's the nerves or something, but it can really mess with you, just trying to get that down. Like, I feel more comfortable laying the bombs out than actually setting them off for some reason. I don't know why. But just have to practice it enough. And like I said, you can actually, in my other video I mentioned, you actually can drop air raids from the helicopter. You can drop Zexar guns. You can shoot those beacon guns in the helicopter. Those are kind of hard to use, but it's a little tougher though, because in order to drop the air raid, you have to actually get up to the top of the map. And also another key is don't move. Make sure you're completely still when you're getting in and out of the helicopter. That's another thing. Even if you're drifting a little bit, it's dangerous. So it's better just to make sure you're completely still when you do it. But anyway, to drop an air raid or a Zexar gun, you have to let go of the gas of the helicopter and just go into a free fall. It takes about 10 to 15 seconds. But as soon as you can just kind of tap the circle button, double tap to see where your guy's at when you get out. It's hard to explain, but you'll know that when your helicopter is lower than you, when you get out and get back in, then you'll know that your helicopter is falling faster than you are, and that's the key. So that way you have time to throw it, because it takes 1 or 2 seconds to throw it, and then you can get back in time to get back in before you fall to the ground. So it just takes longer, like I said, 10 to 15 seconds, and then you can drop it when you're in the free fall state. But it kind of takes to get a little bit used to get the feel of it, but it's not too bad. So here we go. Here's the last phase here. What we're going to do is we're going to place all of our bombs at once and set them off, and then try and finish off the queen nest first, because that's the most important. And as you can see, the queen doesn't even hit us. I try shooting a few rockets, but it's not even worth it. It's better just to use the bombs. Looks like the queen's going crazy down there. See it right there? That was a little dangerous. As you can see, like I'm drifting away from the helicopter. That was very dangerous. I need to make sure I'm completely still when I get out like that. But sometimes it's deceiving. It's not easy to tell if you're moving or not. But yeah, unfortunately, everyone in the party and everyone in the game can hear you get in and out of the helicopter. But yeah, now we're gonna fly over the top and try and kill this nest. As you can see him throwing them. They kind of go out in front of the helicopter. They don't go straight down, so you kind of have to adjust for that a little bit. But there's the big nest went down. And now we just have to get the little nest and then kill the queen. And like I said, as long as we're together, the queen will just go right below us, and it's pretty simple. So you can do this on a lot of missions. The bombs don't go through shield screens, unfortunately, but any mission without aerial stuff, it can be done. It's a little bit cheap, but it is a way to do it. You can even drop Zex launchers, which is kind of fun. I find it the hardest to drop the launchers and the Zexar guns over, like the air raids seem easier, but you really have to be in a free fall state before you can actually have time to throw the Zexar launchers and then get back in. I've had it where they actually landed on the blade and got stuck to the blade of the helicopter, so then you just have to reload and restart. But those take a long time to reload though, unfortunately, in the air. Now we're just gonna get together here and drop the bombs on the queen and finish the mission, making it very simple. I don't believe you can call... you might be able to call a sprite fallout, but I don't think you can call a missile in from the air. I think it'd be impossible. I'm not 100% sure on that though. Sprite fall is pretty fast though. Satellite blaster, once again, I would assume you could as well, but I've never tried. You'd probably have to be aiming forward when you did it. Because if you had, before you had time to look down, I don't think you'd be able to aim it right down below you. And there we go. Kill it. Killed everything together there, and mission clear. It is a fun little mission. Thought I'd share it. Thanks for watching, and thanks to Robert for the help.